Now, Count on 2, live and local in the Lowcountry. This is News 2 at 6.
Tonight, 2 separate unsolved cold cases could finally be coming to a close, bringing peace to 2 families. 2 suspects arrested in the last 24 hours. How authorities were able to crack both cases and the charges both suspects face.
Good evening, I'm Carolyn Murray.
And I'm Brendan Clark. Tonight we are following 2 major cold cases.
2 men have been charged with murder and the disappearance of women. Last night, Berkeley County Sheriff's deputies arrested Gerald Howard, the man you see here in Goose Creek. Howard is charged with the 2014 murder of his girlfriend, who's also the mother of his children, Nicole Goodlett.
Howard will go before a judge within this next few minutes in bond court. He's at the Hill-Finkley Detention Center in Moncks Corner. News
2's Berkeley County reporter Raymond Owens is at the detention center and has the latest in this case.
Howard is preparing to go through bond court here in just a few minutes. Now, 2 years ago, he was telling our sister station, WSPA, that he's innocent.
Did you kill Nicole Goodlett?
Absolutely not.
When she came up missing, Howard suggested Nicole was the problem.
Friends told me that, yes, she had lots of dealings with marijuana, cocaine, and that's where all the problems started.
But he did not call police to share his concerns. Investigators now believe Howard knew exactly what happened to Nicole. A skull was discovered behind Cainhoy Elementary School in Hugie back in 2015. Those and other remains found nearby were determined to later be those of Nicole. Howard was under surveillance multiple times before his arrest. Captain Schuler describes Nicole's father's reaction to the news that Howard was finally in custody.
We were leaving to come up here with Mr. Howard, let him know he was in custody. There was a silence on the phone. I had to make sure he was still there. He's like, give me a second. This is, I'm a little overwhelmed.
A key piece of evidence in this case is what investigators found on Howard's phone. He had searched several phrases, including, "Can you identify a burned body?" and "How authorities identify a burned body." Now, Howard goes through bond court here in just a few minutes. In Moncks Corner, I'm Raymond Owens. Count on 2.
And our team coverage continues right now in North Charleston. The husband of a woman who disappeared in 2012 in Charleston County is currently in police custody in North Carolina. Robert Bob McCaffrey is awaiting extradition back to South Carolina, where authorities will charge him with the murder of Gail McCaffrey. News 2's Natalie Price is live in North Charleston at the Charleston County Sheriff's Office with more details. Natalie, give us an idea of what you found out so far about this case.
Well, hey, Carolyn, like you said, it was first back in March of 2012 that Robert McCaffrey first told Charleston County authorities that his wife Gail had gone missing. This morning in North Carolina, he was taken into custody on a fugitive warrant in connection with that case. And now authorities here in Charleston County are just waiting for him to be extradited back to the state so they can charge him with murder. Detectives first responded to that Limestone Boulevard home on March 18th of 2012. Based on cell signals, they searched for Gail in a landfill just off of Highway 61, but found nothing. McCaffrey became a suspect, although evidence against him was circumstantial. McCaffrey was pulled over upstate for speeding the same night he reported Gail's disappearance. He admitted they'd been having problems and said he'd been having an affair. When we previously spoke to McCaffrey about Gail's disappearance, he didn't have a lot to say.
Nothing more that I want to see than my wife's back. I have no idea where she is. But I don't have anything else to say that I can say on camera right now. No, I miss my kids. My kids are stolen from me, and other than that, I don't have anything else that I can say.
But to your credit, the attorney did say that you kind of helped shepherd the process and all that, and helped it go smoothly, right, as far as in your defense?
Oh, I tried.
McCaffrey was arrested back in 2014 for obstruction of justice due to some discrepancies with the statements that he gave detectives. Now here in Charleston County, the Sheriff's Office is planning a press conference for tomorrow. Reporting in North Charleston, Natalie Price, Count on 2.
A Count on 2 investigation, dash camera video from a 2016 officer-involved shooting in Berkeley County has been released. State law enforcement says Lucas Felkel became aggravated at a lane reversal stop controlled by Moncks Corner police. That's when the police chase began. This was during a Hurricane Matthew evacuations. Berkeley County Sheriff's deputies joined the chase that led to gunfire. Felkel died later at the hospital. 2 sheriff's deputies, 2 reserve sheriff's deputies were put on administrative leave. Since that time, SLED has been investigating, but now the case is closed. Count on 2 investigator Libba Holland takes a look at the video. She joins us with an update in the case and why we're just now getting that footage more than a year later.
October 5th, 2016. A Moncks Corner police officer captures the shooting on his dash camera. But this letter from South Carolina's Deputy Attorney General states no criminal charges will be filed against Deputy Sheriffs William Traynor and Justin Mizzle and Reserve Deputy Sheriffs Jake Dobson and Thomas Volkmar. It says, quote, "It is my legal opinion that the officers used lawful and appropriate deadly force under the circumstances." Berkeley County Sheriff Dwayne Lewis explained the night the shooting happened.
The individual exited his vehicle, pointed a firearm at the deputies, and started shooting at them.
Shots fired. The State Law Enforcement Division's investigation report backs that up. The deputies who were involved are all now back at work.
This is the summary of the State Law Enforcement Division's investigation into this case. It's more than 30 pages long. A spokesperson tells me that because a death was involved, there were a lot of tests and documents that needed to be provided, and those would then typically go to the local prosecutor's office. When this case was going on, the Ninth Circuit Solicitor's Office was not accepting any cases. So instead, it went to the Attorney General's office, and it's just now wrapping up. This case is now closed. Libba Holland, Count on 2.
Libba, thank you. Right now, Charleston City Police continue searching for a suspect who they say robbed a bank. The robbery happened just before noon on Folly Road at Pinnacle Financial Partners Bank. We're told no one was injured. If you have information on this robbery at Pinnacle, call Crime Stoppers. The number is 843-554-1111.
Students at West Ashley High School learned about the dangers of drinking and driving today during a DUI rodeo. It's led by the High School Injury Prevention Coalition, which brings first responders to local schools to demonstrate the consequences of getting behind the wheel while drunk or drinking. Students took a field sobriety test and drove a golf cart while wearing goggles, imitating impairment. They then tried driving that cart again while texting.
It definitely is something that a lot of people, my classmates, my peers, from even, it seems like a very early age, people are getting more involved in alcohol and drugs, and I know texting's super popular as people have their phones and even their Apple Watches now that you can text on them, and it's definitely something that is concerning.
And spring break is next week, prom the following weekend for West Ashley students, so school officials say it's important to have this lesson close to times when students may be tempted to drink and drive.
Drivers on James Island experiencing a traffic nightmare at Folly and Camp Road will soon get some relief. News 2 reporter Stetson Miller tells us how a $14 million redesign plan will bring relief to motorists in that area.
Starting today, there are new turning lanes and a new traffic pattern here at the intersection of Folly Road and Camp Road on James Island. It's for an improvement project here at the intersection.
Several new turn lanes opened this morning at Folly Road and Camp Road. Instead of just one turn lane from Folly going southbound onto Camp Road, there are now 2. Camp Road gets some additional turn lanes to go into Folly as well. And at the next intersection down the street at Rivers Point Row and Folly Road, there are also more new turn lanes there. Other parts of the project include connecting a gap in bike lanes on Folly Road, adding new sidewalks and new pedestrian signals, and upsizing drainage pipes. But officials want drivers to still be careful in the area because the project isn't fully complete and work is continuing.
We still have to put the final layer of asphalt on the project, so that won't be done until a few weeks from now.
Now the goal of the project is to improve traffic congestion and localized flooding here. On James Island, Stetson Miller, Count on 2.
Today at Joint Base Charleston, a man attempting to pull a C-17. Look at this guy, strongman Mark Kirsch. He's pulled planes for the past 10 years, the biggest, the 276,000-pound C-17. Now, he successfully pulled that plane about 40 feet today, but says at next month's air show, his goal is much larger.
For the show, we need everybody to come out. I got to bring it uphill and take it out here to the ramp. So basically pull it all the way out of the hangar. It's never been done before, pulling a plane out of a hangar. So it's been like a dream to do this.
Call that leg day at the gym. The air show is free. We'll be at Joint Base Charleston Saturday, April 28th. Look at them.
Next on News 2.
The recent Facebook data breach scandal affected about 50 million users.
And tonight's reality check will show you how the data leak is invading your privacy depending on which type of phone you have.